Why my PTSD could be misdiagnosed as bipolar disorder when PTSD triggers look like bipolar mood swings. Have you ever felt like your emotions were a roller coaster you didn't buy a ticket for? One moment you're fine and calm and grounded, and the next your heart is pounding, your thoughts are racing, and you're snapping at people you love for reasons you can't explain. For many people with post-traumatic stress disorder, that sudden emotional shift feels eerily similar to a bipolar mood swing. For those of us who've been diagnosed with both or question which one we have, it can be confusing, even terrifying. Because when trauma and mood disorders collide, your emotions don't just fluctuate, they erupt, they crash, they take you places that feel out of your control. How PTSD triggers can imitate mania. Here's the tricky part. PTSD and bipolar disorder can both make you feel like you're all over the place. But what's happening underneath is different. When someone with PTSD gets triggered, their brain believes they're back in danger. Even if they're perfectly safe, the body floods with adrenaline, cortisol, and panic energy. Suddenly, you're restless, talking fast, can't sit still, and can't sleep. You might even feel euphoric or invincible, not because you're truly happy, but because your body is in full-on survival mode. That's why a trauma response can look just like hypomania. The racing thoughts, the bursts of energy, the irritability, the rapid shifts between emotions. The motivation behind it is different. Bipolar mania often comes from brain chemistry changes and mood regulation. PTSD triggers come from the body's fear response. It's not excitement, it's hyperarousal. And while one is a chemical surge, the other is a memory trying to protect you. An emotional whiplash feels like mood cycling. And there's the crash. After a PTSD trigger, you might fall into deep exhaustion or sadness. You can't stop thinking about what happened, or you feel disconnected from everything. That can look just like a bipolar depressive episode, but again, it's coming from trauma reactivation, not a mood cycle. It's emotional whiplash. One moment your nervous system is screaming fight or flight, and the next it's shutting down into numbness or hopelessness. And if you've ever thought I must be bipolar because my moods are extreme, you're not alone. Many trauma survivors think that. In fact, studies show that bipolar disorder is often misdiagnosed in people who actually have complex PTSD. But here's the truth. It's not that your moods are random, it's that your nervous system is trying to keep you alive. Your mood swings are really trauma echoes, flashes of emotional memory that hijack the present moment. Learning to tell the difference. So how do you tell the difference between PTSD triggers and bipolar shifts? Start by tracking context. If your mood shift happens after a reminder of trauma, a sound, a smell, a tone of voice, it's likely PTSD. If your mood shift lasts days or weeks without an obvious trigger, it might be bipolar. Pay attention to energy versus emotion. Trauma responses feel like panic. There's fear underneath. Bipolar mania feels expansive, like you could take on the world. And remember, it's possible to have both. Many people do. The key is understanding which part of you needs care in the moment, the part that's traumatized or the part that's chemically imbalanced. Finding compassion in confusion. At the end of the day, whether it's PTSD, bipolar disorder, or both, the most important thing is compassion. You're not too much. You are someone whose mind and body are reacting to pain that hasn't been fully processed yet. Your emotional storms are not signs of weakness, they are proof that you have survived. And healing doesn't mean never feeling again. It means learning to tell the difference between the past and the present, between fear and freedom, between a trigger and a mood swing, and between surviving and finally living.